Hey guys, welcome back to 1776 or Bust. So on the table, you see three great options in front of you. These are actually holsters from a company called Renaissance Firearms. Now, I've done reviews for this holster company before. The most recent one was this one here, and this was from my Steyr L9. So I just wanted to show you some other holster options that you could actually get from this company. And I'm going to tell you straight out that the quality is very good. We'll go through each holster and kind of show you the different aspects of each one of them. And I'll kind of talk about each one, what I like about them, if there's anything that I'd like to see improved. But I mean, overall, it is good stuff. Now, are they the most expensive holsters on the market? No, I would say they're probably competitively priced for what you find out there, whether it's a Vetter holster or some of the other, aftermarket type holsters that you can find. I would say they're right in the same ballpark price wise. Now, is this going to be considered lower end holster prices? Not really. There are options out there as well where you can get decent Kydex holsters for the $25 mark, maybe sometimes cheaper. These will run you probably anywhere from, $45 and up. It just depends on what you get option wise, and of course Kydex, patterns and stuff. But overall, they make good stuff. It's quality stuff, and I do want to show you each one of these. So as you can see, let's start with this one. We'll kind of do a review of a review. So this one, and one of the reasons why I think he makes really good stuff is he's willing to kind of push the envelope with what he can do. And what I mean by that is this holster was made for me, and he didn't even have a mold for the actual Steyr L9. He only had one for the M9. So what he decided to do was he decided to take it and just expand it out based on calculations that he took. And he actually did a fantastic job with it, and again, this is that Hexacam. I forgot what it's called, but this is like the winter camo on it. It's pretty cool. Comes with the two straps, which are obviously cannibal. And you can see that this is basically the way I would holster it. So it has a very, very good amount of forward cant. And that's really, honestly, that's the way I like to carry my handguns, with a lot of forward cant. Now, in regards to fit and finish on this, again, this gun is clear. There's no rounds in the chamber, obviously, and there's nothing in the magazine. But, you get to about that part right there, and then you begin to feel that resistance. And as soon as you get to that resistance point, just a little push, and that is a really loud snap in place. Now, I will tell you that, is it going to fit 100% without any movement? On this particular holster, it doesn't, but I think that has to do with the fact that there was no mold for this. So he was kind of doing it based on his own mathematics and how to figure out what would be the difference between something like this and the M9. Now, of course, I will tell you, I've never had an issue with this thing rocking out of its holster. And again, you can see there's a really good amount of retention in the holster. And overall, it is a really nice holster. He did a great job. I've got a very good purchase, as you can see, and no Kydex rubbing up on the finger. So again, he did a very, very good job with this holster. And I think this one is called, I'm trying to remember what it's called. I think this one is called and I'm looking it up right now as I speak to you. I don't know if he's got one particularly like this, but this resembles to me mostly the Luther, although the Luther will actually have clip instead of the straps here. But, again, like I said, he did this specifically for the L9. And again, fantastic job. We'll leave this one for last. But here is another. This one I really like. He also did one for the P01. Now, I'm really hoping that this will fit my P01 Omega as well. At this point, I still don't have it, so I couldn't tell you. But this one right here, I do like. I'm a big fan of the single clip type holster. That's just what I like. I do like also the hybrid type holsters. But if I go with just a simple like taco kind of Kydex holster, then I definitely just want the one clip, and I don't care if it's steel or plastic as long as it holds where it needs to hold. Now this particular model is called the Kepler. Again, you can see that it is adjustable, so you can ride it forward or again more forward in the cant, or you can ride it back like that or straight up. Again, you have some adjustability here as well. He actually sent me, and if I got him, I'll grab him. He also sent me some more straps that I could use for this, and I definitely like it. I like having that feature. And again, as many of you know, there's a lot of holster companies that are starting to give you multiple features. I think this is sort of like an early model of this, which is kind of sweet when you think about it, because I was kind of the guinea pig for that, I think, which is kind of cool. Now, in regards to the holster, again, fantastic quality. You can see you've got two different Kydex colors. You've got like this zombie green with the black carbon fiber texture. And one of the things that I have to say about this holster in particular was I'm not a fan of carbon fiber patterns, so to speak. However, the reason why is because every time I've seen them, they've been really, really shiny. And I'm not a big fan of that shiny Kydex. I actually like it when it's a little bit more matte. I just think for me, it works better that way. But I do like the texturing of this, and I do like the matte finish of it. So it's not super shiny, and you can even see on camera, there is a little bit of shininess to it, but not necessarily as shiny as some of the other Kydex that I've seen in this particular pattern. Again, the inside, very well molded. Again, everything's nice and smooth and polished, so it's actually very nice. Again, with the CZP-01, you get to right about there, so you get your resistance, and then you get a nice solid click, and it's holding that gun in absolutely no problems. Again, you can notice that the single clip here kind of pushes out, which will in turn push this closer to your body. So you get that extra amount of, I guess you could say, hugginess of the holster to your body, which causes it to be able to conceal even better. Again, a lot of good features with it. Again, I do like the looks of this, and it's just a sweet overall holster in my opinion. Last but not least, and this is pretty cool. This one right here is actually called the Copernicus. And obviously this is going to be more of your competition holster because what do you see here? You see a Shadow 2, which is in my opinion, the ultimate competition gun. So we've got the Shadow. Again, my gratitudes to Sandpaper Pistol Grips for sending this out for review so that I can actually shoot one, because there's no way on God's green earth I've ever been able to afford this. But I really appreciate that. Now, in regards to the holster, again, same. You can see the same carbon fiber look. So it's really, really sweet. You've got 3 points of retention, so you get that really nice tight fit on the handgun, especially a handgun of this size and of this weight. I think that's important. Again, you can see that this is, I forget what they call these clips. I'm not exactly sure, so I'm not going to make it up. I guess I could just call it like a super duper clip, but I don't really know what it's called. So with that, again, just a really nice looking holster. Everything is really, really fit and finished very well. All the lines are pretty smooth. Here I've got a little bit of a touch up to do, but I think that was because of the gun. Again, the actual way this gun is held, again, there's your resistance point, and then it clicks right in place. You can see the trigger guard is fully covered. Again, you don't have a sweat shield because it is a competition gun, and that wouldn't make too much sense to have that. But you can see you get a full purchase on the gun, nothing rubbing up on your finger, and you're able to pull that gun out no problem. Now, I would tell you that I did adjust the retention. When I first got this holster, it was super, super tight. So I went ahead and I actually reduced the retention, which I'm probably going to screw back on a little bit tighter as well, just to get a better feel for it. But one of the things I also want to mention was that Renaissance Firearms was kind enough to donate this to Sandpaper Pistol Grips. So he asked me if I wanted a holster for him, and I said, yeah, absolutely. That would be so great because, for someone to send me an actual gun to test and review and really just be so cool about it, anything I could have done for him, I would have. And so with that offer from Renaissance Holsters or Firearms, I said, absolutely, please send it. He asked me what color did he want, so I asked Sandpaper Pistol Grips, and he told me. So he's got his holster. Once I return the handgun to him, he'll have his holster in place, and I hope he uses it and enjoys it as much as I think he will. So overall, what are my impressions about the holsters? I honestly think that they are, competitively priced with many of the major brands out there. The fit and finish is quite nice. It's very good. The moldings are done very well. The quality of the Kydex, the smoothness of all the edges, and of course the polishing of the edges as well. I just think there's a lot of good features here. And we're really living in great times because not only do we have a great selection of firearms to own, but we also have great selections of holsters to own. And whatever your price point is, if it's in the low end, there are plenty of good holsters for that. If it's in the moderate, here you've got great options. And of course, there are also higher price points as well. But again, that's going to be up to you and your choice to decide what you actually like or don't like. So tell me what you think. Do you like these holsters? If you do, why? If you don't, why not? And of course, as always, what are some other options that you've used in the past and that you would recommend to others? So I hope you guys give me a thumbs up. If not, that's fine. It's okay. I'll just cry tomorrow. Just kidding. But again, I hope you enjoyed the review. Again, check it out. I'll leave a link in the description below to Renaissance Firearms, and maybe you guys would consider purchasing one from him. So have a great night, stay safe, and as always, freedom is never free.